Hi, I'm selling this machine, the CNC router. I'm going to give a demonstration and then I'm going to shut it down. So first, when I turn it on or when I reference it, what's going to happen right now is that the Z is going to come up and hit its limit switch. The Y is going to come over here, limit switch, over here, limit switch, and it'll be at a home position. And from there, I'll run the program and it'll turn on at 12,000 RPMs. And when I go down over there, before it comes back, it'll switch to 24,000 RPMs, which is the maximum, and it'll come back. Meanwhile, the whole time that it's moving that way, and that way, and that way on the way down, on the way that direction, this will be turning at the same time. And then when it comes back, it'll be coming up and over and this way, and this will be going the other direction, which will show that you can program all four axes on the same G-code line. It'll do them all at the same time, simultaneously, which a lot of machines can't do that. Hit reset. Ask you, do you want to reference the machine? So that's what it's doing. It's going to reference the machine. And it has what you call soft limits, so it only has the switch at the top. It has a switch over here, and it has a switch over there. And from that home location, it's got software that you tell it how far it is, the maximum it can go, and it knows if it goes too far, it stops, it halts, it shuts down. So it's as if it hits a switch, but they call that a soft limit switch. So when it gets up here, that's what I'm going to do is run that program for you. Guess I should have made that a little closer. So I got to load the program. Just run it. Get there. Okay. Load the program. And run it. So it's going to turn on at 12,000 RPMs. Go over there. And the A-axis is turning, see? It's going that way, it's going down, it's going there. All four at the same time. It's going to switch to 24,000. And you see how loud or not loud it is. It's not quiet, but it's not very loud. So I'm going to shut it down so that it doesn't make a lot of weird noises. And by the way, this rapid that I have set here is something you set in the software. I have it slowed down a lot. It can go a lot faster. When I first bought it from the company, it was flying. It was set at like 450 inches a minute, and that's just way too high for me. I think this is my set it about 100 or 200. I don't know. It's a lot slower though. All right. So I have a list so I don't forget what I'm supposed to say. This is a Legacy brand. Can't quite see it, but there's a L&E behind there. Arty. The model number or model name is Arty. They don't make this model anymore. I bought this 6 years ago for $14,000, and it cost almost $1,000 shipping. So I got, but it was 14,000 US. So I spent well over 15 Canadian on this 6 years ago. Now I googled it this morning. Legacy Arty. Like I said, they don't have it anymore. They have something similar. It's like a desktop model. They don't have the base and all that stuff. But the one that looks like this these days it's Artesian, and the Artesian they're selling it for 23,000 US right now. So that gives you the idea of the caliber of the machine, price range and everything. So the max travel, well, I don't know if I said, but I'm asking $8,900. The max travel in the X is 60 inches. And the Y is 17.5. The Z up and down is 5 inches. In the fourth axis, A axis, you have tailstock, and it rides on the extruded aluminum down here. You put it, you mount it on there. It's got these little grooves that keeps you in them slots, keeps it all centered up. But it'll slide all the way down to here. So your part can be, it's close to 50 inches. I don't know how far it is. It might be 46 inches. I don't know what it is, but no, it's definitely more than 4 feet. So it's probably 60 inches. So you got that. Plus, it's got an adjustment in the back that you could crank it and lift up the end of the extrusion, which makes tapers easier if you are doing just a regular taper, like a smooth taper. You could fly cut it. If you're carving some kind of shape, of course, you're still going to do it with a single point and just run it back and forth. And in that case, you wouldn't have to raise or lower it and just leave it flat. And then just let the machine do all the 3D. Yeah. I'll get this out of the way. Has a Dell computer, laptop. It's touchscreen. It's loaded with Mach 3 software and that's what controls the machine. It's a standard. It's really good. The stand comes with it. And this page, the machine is a 220 volt single phase, and that's all you plug in is one line, and that's what you need there. And of course, the computer needs a 120, 110, whatever. It has a 3 horsepower 3-phase motor here, but it has a VFD that converts to 220 single phase for the 3-phase that it needs. So it's all electronically done. It's an ER20 3 horsepower, which means the collets that you use to hold your router bits or drill bits or whatever you put in here, in mills, can go up to a 1/2 inch. They can go all the way down, like I got one here. It's like a millimeter. So you can buy these on all these things here on eBay or Amazon. They're really cheap. You can get full sets of this stuff for really cheap. The wrenches, the nuts, collets, all that stuff. The X and Y, so the X here and the Y here, they're rack and pinion. And the Z is a lead screw with an anti-backlash nut. And the A is a geared down, forget what it is, 200 to 1, I think, geared down. And that's that. Has a touch probe for the Z, to set your tool height. Works good, no problems with it. It's magnetized, so it doesn't move very easily. But you can take it and move it over to the top of your part or to the bed, wherever you need to use it from. Or you can just take and set the tool height off of a part and plug it in, just punch it into 0 or whatever the number is. You can punch it into Mach 3. There's a million ways to do this stuff. It's very user friendly. It's ready. It works just like when I bought it. Nothing's wrong with it. It's easy. I'll take the camera now over here and show close up of some things that need a close up now. So the 4th axis, this came with the machine. This nut came with it, and I don't know why it's on here, really. Don't know what that's used for. But of course, this is a 1" 8. So if you have a chuck, you can screw that right on here. And I don't do a lot of 4th axis work, so what I do is maybe that actually squeezes down on this number tube taper, possibly. Helps it kind of grip, but you should be able to just put it in here and give it a little thump with the rubber mallet, and it should be fine. But I go ahead and tighten these two nuts anyway. I mean, why not? So this is what came with it, and I've got several of these little metal pieces, and what you do is you screw them into the back of a piece of wood, like if you were doing a bowl or whatever, and or you can make a fixture, whatever you want to do, but it would go in there like that, and it would drive it. Of course, you still need a tailstock on the other side of your part, because it's, like I said, I don't have a chuck. So that's how that works. Here's your I think I said it, but it's a 1" 8 and a number 2 on the inside, so it gives you versatility in what tools you can buy for that. Here's the closer view of these collets, spring collets. So you just put that in there, you pop it in, and then you can put your router bit, and then you just pop it in, screw it in, tighten it up. All different sizes. That's that little one. So here are some, this out of the way. Here's a few things that I've made on this machine. Just a few. I've made so many. But this is a little wall plaque. I like dragons. So these are relief carvings. And this is a yin and yang, whichever way they go. But you know, this is divot in, that's divot out. This part is in, that's out. So they're opposite of each other. And I just threw some dragons on there because I like dragons. This is Purple Heart. I did a little just regular V carving on the back. These are some things I make also. They're just mason jar covers, mason jar lids. I've actually cut the threads right into the wood, so it's all solid wood with relief carvings on top. You can see that does pretty good detail. Actually, you know, I try to do these pretty quickly, so you could get even better detail than this, because for me, I try to do it just, you know, good enough. I'm just trying to sell these things, so if you put too much time into them, it becomes not worth it, right? So you see, like I said, it just screws right on to these smallmouth. I can't do it with one hand. Yeah. So gives you an idea what you can do 3D. Of course, it's just, these things are limitless on what you can do with them. Signs, whatever, you know, parts like that. Let me show you the rest of the machine. That's the VFD I was talking about. It takes your 220 single phase in, and then it turns it to 3-phase here, goes to your spindle. Of course, you got a big red button, you need that. Here's all the electronics in that box. Down under here, that's the crank I was telling you about. You can crank up the extruded aluminum piece. Like I said, that's where you can put your tailstock there or anywhere along there. That whole extruded aluminum is where your tailstocks can slide back here and do whatever length you want all the way back to there. Of course, you got to take the tables out. You unscrew them, you know, in these screws here, and you take them out of the way. So it's a very versatile machine. You can leave this set up flat and have something, you know, a table to work on flat, and then you could take this one out and do fourth axis work. So you could have both set up at the same time even. Or if you had a long piece, you'd have to take this out. But so there you have it. Oh, one more thing, I guess. I do have the bucket of antifreeze, and I actually have a radiator set up so that, and a fan, so that on long cuts on a summer day, when it, and you know, the water in there will still get hot on a summer day. Well, like I said, if it's been cutting all day long, and that helps cool it even a lot better. So I've got that on there too. And that's it. If you like what you see, answer the ad. I think it's a good deal. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. It works just like it did when I bought it. So, yeah, thanks.